acceptance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an enormous honor to welcome our next introducer to the stage, Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski. Minister Sikorski, as we all know, has a lifetime of experience working for democracy and freedom. As Foreign Minister, he has led Poland with incredible ambition, launching the Eastern Partnership Initiative and pushing for the establishment of a European Endowment for Democracy. The Atlantic Council has been honored to host Minister Sikorski at our events in Washington, including our annual Bronislaw Goremek Lecture, where he appeared with Senator John McCain, also a Freedom Awardee. Last year in Wrocław, he accepted the Freedom Award on behalf of the people of Poland and reminded us all, as he spoke of Poland's remarkable history and bright future, that, quote, ideas and values can be stronger than the chains of tyranny. Radek, my friend, the stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to human rights, the Honourable Emma Bonino, Vice President of the Italian Senate, is no armchair activist. Whether behind the erstwhile Iron Curtain, in Black Africa, the Arab world, Central Asia or the Far East, she always rolled up her sleeves and walked the walk. Arrests in Poland under martial law, the Communist Prague or the Taliban-ruled Afghanistan did not deter her. As a Pole, I'm particularly grateful to you that in the dreamy days of Western Europe's Ostpolitik, you reminded Italian politicians that the rights of the solidarity trade unions were not a triviality in the context of their business dealings with the Eastern Bloc. I'm glad that back then, when it took courage, as a member of the European Parliament, you mobilized your colleagues to stand up for the rights of conscientious objectors. And the collapse of communism, you were aware, did not bring about a universal triumph of democracy. Your strategic foresight is legendary. Appointed to become the EU Commissioner for Health, Consumer Protection and Humanitarian Affairs, instead of heading straight to Brussels, Emma Bonino first went to Tuzla, just as the fires of Srebrenica were burning out. We are facing genocide, she correctly diagnosed, at a time when few had the audacity to call spade a spade. Soon she would start urging the international community to indict Milosevic. And partly thanks to her effort, he ended up at The Hague for good. Today, thanks to the International Criminal Court, which Emma Bonino helped to bring about, dictators who engage in genocide can no longer assume that their crimes will go unpunished. In 1997, Emma Bonino had Kalashnikov assault rifles pointed at her by the Taliban, who were not exactly thrilled by her Flower for Women of Kabul campaign. Yet, in Kabul, she made the point that the West is not an uninvolved bystander in the Afghan conflict and should bring political pressure to bear on the Taliban. Today, a colleague of hers in the Radical Party claims that perhaps we wouldn't have had 9/11 if we had listened to Emma Bonino and taken action. As a longtime friend of the Afghan people, I share the sentiment. I met Emma 7 years ago in Washington. She was speaking at the institute I worked at the time, the American Enterprise Institute, about women as a revolutionary force in the Arab world, 7 years ago. At that time, few would have thought that women, long disenfranchised, especially in the Arab world, could be a vanguard for change. But now, in the wake of Arab Spring, we are all in awe at the contribution that women like Ezra Abdel Fattah, honored at this forum last year, or Lina Ben-Meni have brought to the struggle for reforms. whether in Cuba, through the non-violent resistance of the Dames in White, also celebrated here, or in Burma, thanks to the moral compass set by Aung San Suu Kyi. No one anymore has the slightest doubt that women are a force of change. Emma, I wish most men were as effective as you are.
Thanks.
Although I cannot do justice to your many accomplishments, I am glad that you have given such a strong backing to the Community of Democracies, which we launched in Warsaw in 2000. Democratic governance should, and indeed as you advocate, is a criterion for membership in good standing at the United Nations. Like everybody in this room, I know that just in the past, you will never tire of advocating democracy, because as you said, any achievement in human rights, and women's rights in particular, is not forever, and that has to be preserved and struggled for time and again. I am delighted to be able to present to you this Freedom Award. Please accept it.